Good morning. My name is Maureen Chung. Welcome to Daily Devotional of November the 29th. Today we're doing Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1 to 11. The title is Introduction to Ecclesiastes. Today we begin on a journey of 14 days on the book of Ecclesiastes. The 5 wisdom books in the Old Testament are Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Songs. It appears that Solomon, who reigned over Israel from 970 to 930 BC, is the author. In chapter 1 alone, there are 3 clues. Clue number 1 in verse 1 says, "The words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem." Clue number 2 is in verse 12. "I, the teacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem." And clue number 3 in verse 16, "I said to myself, look, I have increased in wisdom more than anyone who has ruled over Jerusalem before me. I have experienced much of wisdom and knowledge." Now the son of David who rules in Jerusalem as the king of Israel is indisputably Solomon. He has asked God for extra wisdom so that he can judge fairly. And God has granted him that and much more. 1 Kings chapter 3. Solomon is not saying that he has more wisdom than any other king before him out of deceitful pride. He is speaking the truth. Other scholars might prefer to attribute Ecclesiastes to later authors who borrow from Solomon's experience. If indeed Solomon is reflecting on his legacy at his old age, he is certain of the limits of human wisdom. It is difficult to grasp the purpose of God and the meaning of human existence. The word meaningless appears many times throughout the book. Even in verse 2, the teacher Solomon states, "Meaningless, meaningless," says the teacher, "utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless." After this opening declaration, Ecclesiastes says that wisdom is meaningless, pleasures are meaningless, wisdom and folly are meaningless, toil is meaningless, advancement is meaningless, and riches are meaningless. All 6 things. If so, why live? But by faith we see that God has ordered all things according to his time and purpose, and mankind is to accept life as it is as God's divine appointments. So we are encouraged to live in the fear of God and obey his commandments. We enjoy the gift of life every day, and it can be life in abundance. Although by observation we cannot answer the question of human suffering, we can still live by faith, trusting in the absolute authority of God. We don't have to know. We can accept mysteries. Now, let's turn to Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1 to 11. "The words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem." Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What do people gain from all their labors at which they toil under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun sets and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return again. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which one can say, "Look, this is something new. It was here already long ago. It was here before our time." No one remembers the former generations, and even those yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow them. The leading question in verse 3, what do people gain from all their labors at which they toil under the sun? At the passing of Queen Elizabeth II on September the 8th, 2022, King Charles III ascended the throne of the United Kingdom and the British Commonwealth. Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. Life goes on. From nature, God's creation, we see sunrise and sunset. In North America, we see hurricane after hurricane on the Atlantic coast. We name them from A to Z, and at times we extend to the Greek alphabets. Year after year, they come and go. The mighty St. Lawrence River flows into the Atlantic, yet the Atlantic Ocean is never full. Moisture is taken up into the clouds and rain falls, refilling the mighty river. The cycles of life repeat themselves. It seems that mankind wants to have new experiences again and again in sight and in sound. But verse 9 is blunt in saying, what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Verse 11 is sobering about our human achievements. No one remembers the former generations, and even those yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow them. People ask me if I have been to Turkey to visit the places on Paul's missionary journey. I haven't. Turkey is a Muslim country, and the churches Paul founded in the 1st century have disappeared. It seems life has traveled a big circle, and we're back to the pre-Pauline days. It is just too sad to observe. It doesn't matter that people don't remember the former generations, but it matters that they don't remember the Christ Jesus whom they worshipped. It breaks my heart. Nowadays, Chinese churches in Canada consult each other about how to outreach to the new immigrants from China and Hong Kong. But we have done it before in the wave of Chinese immigration in the early 1990s. People speak about reaching the foreign students in Canada, but we have done it since the 1980s. Genuine love and care, understanding and support, active help and companionship are still in vogue. There is nothing new under the sun. All our activities are under God's scrutiny. Only He can make the results last if He will. With this introduction, we prepare ourselves for the roller coaster ride of ups and downs. Like the wise folks of God said, may God give us the courage to change the things we can, serenity to accept the things we cannot change, and wisdom to know the difference. Trust that God is still in control, even though we may not understand the mystery of His working. So, as we proceed to study Ecclesiastes, may God give us the wisdom and the faith in Him as we wait for His revelation. Okay, so we see you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.